The only question I really had was why was it important for you to sort of start things off in Newfoundland and Labrador?
Thank you. Thanks for the question. Multiple reasons. One, the spirit, I'm going to start with today, the spirit of Gander and the spirit of this province and the people of the province is a model for our country. And I do believe that part of what this election is about is what kind of Canada are we building? Not just physically are we building, but as Canadians. And the best behaviors, modeling the best behaviors that we're there for each other during this time is important. And then, of course, at the same time, Newfoundland and Labrador, as elsewhere in the country, facing short-term challenges on affordability. What are we doing to address those head-on? And laid that out last night. But where are we going? Where are we going as a country? How do we take control of our destiny so we don't wake up and have to listen to the latest thing coming out of the White House?
As far as we know, you've not spoken to Donald Trump since you took office. Yeah. What effort precisely have you made to speak with him? And what is your government doing precisely to prepare for the April 2nd tariffs?
So with respect to the President is waiting for the outcome of the election and see who has a strong mandate from Canadians, or who has a mandate from Canadians. Is it someone who is, to quote Daniel Smith, who's in sync with him, or is it someone who's going to stand up for Canadians? I'm going to stand up for Canadians. I hope Canadians will back me, and then we'll have a discussion on the basis of as follows, and I'll come to your second part of your question in a moment. On the basis of the following. First, respect for our country as a sovereign nation. You would think, you would expect, given what these people have done and the long history, you would think respect and friendship for Canada. I'm just looking for respect at this point, acknowledgement of our sovereign nation. Secondly, given the scale of the U.S. trade actions against steel and aluminum, which is absolutely against the terms of CUSMA, given the series of other actions and the prospective actions on the 2nd of April, we need to have a comprehensive discussion with the Americans on the broader economic and, I would say, security partnership as well. So we'll wait for that. In terms of preparations, we have done the following. We have identified a list of goods and services, but mainly goods, 155 billion of which 30 have tariffs on. So there's an additional 125 that we could put retaliatory tariffs on, depending on what the Americans do, first thing. Secondly, we have put in place those protections for workers through a series of changes to the EI, including some that were announced on Friday, so that there's no waiting period, there's no severance period. You can have job sharing, all these aspects to provide. And those will be paid for by the tariff revenues, or we won't need all of them, but some of them through the tariff revenue. Again, Pierre Poilievre, simple solution, take the tariff revenues, pocket it, have a tax cut. Third thing we've done is we have put in place major supports for our largest companies and our smaller companies, smaller ones through BDC, EDC, farm credit as well, but liquidity support and ability to change the timing of tax payments for companies as well, all of which will supply financial support if necessary in the face of that. So we've done a number of things. I can go on, but I know we've got a lot to put us in a strong position. See, this is a fundamental mistake that the Americans are making. They think they will weaken us. They think that they can own us, quite frankly. That's what they think. We are going to get stronger. We are going to wait this out. They're going to come to the table, and we're going to negotiate a good deal for the Canadians. Thank you, Steve.
Sir, did you say that President Trump is waiting to talk to the Prime Minister of whoever wins this election?
Well, that's an interpretation, but I think it's a reasonable interpretation. I'm available for a call, but we're going to talk on our terms as a sovereign country, not as what he pretends we are, and on a comprehensive deal.